just as a good start to this signing class today. There are more to come, and so some guys are kind of waiting to sign in February that are committed to us. These guys that we got, I think we signed 11 today in this class, and you know, the thing that I appreciate that I want to say right out of the gate with this class is, and when I say this class, I'm talking about the ones that signed today, and there's a few others that are fully committed that didn't sign today, that will in February. The thing that I appreciate is their willingness to open up their homes and their hearts to me and to our staff, and to just listen to their story of why they enjoy Texas Tech, why they like Texas Tech, why they were previously committed. Some of them weren't, but you know, there's their vision and their view of Texas Tech, and it continues to come back to the people and the passion of this place, the atmosphere of Jones Stadium and the fans that are in it. And certainly we are going to continue to add to this team, and this is it's a solid start. There's more to come. There's more to come in January, and there may be an opportunity to continue to keep a couple scholarships through the spring for grad transfers or laid out JC kids or something like that. We're going to be very creative in how we manage this roster and how we build this team and this roster. The most important guys right now are the guys that are home, that are already Red Raiders, and that's why we spent the first few days right after the press conference being around these guys, our team, in this team meeting room, and really trying to wrap our arms around them and then get out on the road. There's a tremendous vibe right now with this Red Raider football program, and the fans, and really more so than the fans is the Texas high school coaches and these players that have really, I think, inspired me to see what could be the possibility here at Texas Tech. And it's been great for me and our staff to be out, rekindle a lot of relationships we've had over the years. And this state produces some of the best high school football in the country, and certainly is going to be a big part of our program moving forward, as well as this class. 10 out of the 11 were from the state of Texas. I think you'll continue to see that in the years to come. That's how we're going to build the program, first and foremost, from inside out. And the inside out starts with West Texas. 3 guys from West Texas on this list, and then certainly the rest of the guys. And so with that, I'll go ahead and open up for any questions. Don, you want to start us off?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Actually, this may be kind of a long answer, but can you give us kind of a 30-second scouting report on each one of these guys?
30-second scouting report on every kid. Okay. Cameron Cantrell. Brother played here, 3rd White House player in recent years. His brother and Pat. He's been committed here for a couple years, dreamed about being a Red Raider. This guy will work extremely hard. He'll be on the field here at some point. I like he's got a why. When you ask him his story, he's got a why. He's got a passion about this place. He inspires me. Trey Cleveland is long, athletic, and can flat out run. Big old hands, and really solid high school program. I've known Scott Peach for a long time at Arlington, and so that's good to get a Colt. To be a Red Raider. Simon Gonzalez is somebody we knew about for a long time. My brother Luke has recruited him. We were either his first or his second offer at the last place we were at Utah State, and so we've known Simon. This is the kind of tight end that we're going to recruit to this program. He's long, he's athletic, physical, and he's developmental in terms of he won't look. I mean, wait till 2 years from now after Coach Schultz gets a hold of him. I think he's got a high upside. He's got a chance to come in and play fairly early in his career. Alex Hogan, speed, athleticism. I mean, the guy he's taking kickoff returns, punts. He's really dynamic. That's a big part of our program. Special teams is going to be a big part of this program. This is a guy that could, he could contribute, I think, early. We'll certainly give him the opportunity to. It's a long corner, very, very twitchy. Coach Juice, Coach Patterson are excited about him. Big G. You know what? Big G got hurt his junior year. He was out his whole junior year with an injury. Came back, had a really good senior year. His future is extremely bright. Again, another young guy in terms of a D lineman that is going to be great to get him around Coach Schultz. Travis Kuntz is somebody that we knew about at Utah State. My brother knew about him. We've got some connections in that school from the years past. We certainly loved him at Utah State and liked him, and we had we didn't have enough juice to recruit him, to be honest with you. I mean, he had offers from everybody. He was committed to a big school for a long time, and then it came down to 2 big schools here at the end. And this is a guy that will compete for immediate playing time. We're going to play with the tight end, and so to add 2 tight ends in this class was extremely important for us. Travis will be here this summer. He's going to use the spring semester to finish up, and then he'll be here. Tyreek is I'm going to tell you, first thing about Tyreek is we go to the Houston Touchdown Club last Wednesday night, and I heard from like 3 different administrators in that school district about the kind of young man, the kind of leader that Tyreek was. He's got a motor, and I think he's a very instinctive linebacker. Maverick McIver, the Maverick, this is, I got a lot of respect for Mav because a lot of the reason that he committed here was because of the offense and the relationships that he had with the previous coaching staff, which are very, very good football coaches and a very, very good offense. And all I asked him was for his chance. The first phone call I had with him, I just said, give us a chance. Let us open up our hearts, see into us, we'll see into you, and we'll see if this can work, and just listen to what we're going to do on offense and how we're going to run the program. And he said, Coach, I'll give you a chance. And Coach Yost did a long in-home. I mean, Coach Yost can talk now if y'all hadn't figured that out already. So I think he wore him out. But, I got a chance to go in the next week, and great family, LaShawn and Rick. I mean, really great family. It'll be nice to see Rick in some red and black, scarlet and black, instead of that burnt orange. So, but they love their son, and he's a dual threat guy, can throw it. Obviously, he had an injury this year, but extremely athletic. I think the fact that he played receiver as a sophomore shows you his athleticism, and he'll fit in this offense very, very good because he's a dual threat kid. Landon Peterson was the first home I walked into as the head coach at Texas Tech, and I think that's pretty cool. You're the head coach at Texas Tech, and you walk into Odessa Permian. How cool is that? I don't know if it's cool to y'all, but it was cool to me. And I had our O-line coach, Coach Farmer, with me, and that was a guy that I think had intentions of not coming to Texas Tech, although he'd grown up wanting to come here. And he was a quick, gave us his heart very quickly, and his commitment to recommit here and to tell another big school no. And, man, I appreciate that and respect that. He was the first one in today. He was the first one to sign this morning, so he won that contest. Trevor Roberson is ginormous, if that's the right word. I can't wait to coach this guy. He'll be here in a few weeks. He's a midterm, small town, kind of like me, just fought his way out of there. Great mama and great support group. And, that's 2 West Texas tackles that, at some point in their career they're going to play here. I don't know how soon, but that's 2 big tackles with really good athleticism, ability to bend. Bryce Robinson from Saxe High School. I mean, that's where Rico's from. We recruited a kid and signed a kid. Our starting quarterback at Utah State was from Saxe, so we have some history in that school with Red and Barons and all those guys, and so that was good to go into that high school again. Bryce can flat out run. I mean, two great parents, 2 athletic parents, going to be in college Hall of Fames, and but this is a guy that is a different sport than his parents, but what a great family, what a great young man this kid was. He was Red Raider from day one, and the old staff did a nice job of recruiting and evaluating him, and this kid can flat out play. That was longer than 30 seconds for every kid. How was that?
Just to follow up.
You weren't impressed. Well, you're hard.
That's good. Who are Bryce's parents? You said both going to be impressed.
Yeah, his dad played basketball at Northwest Oklahoma State in Alva. He's going in the Hall of Fame this summer. His mom ran track at Southern, and I believe her Hall of Fame ticket, if they're listening to me right now, is coming next summer. So hopefully she gets that. Yeah, I had put a plug in for her. Yeah. She tells me it's coming.
Coach, John Sokoloff with Fox 34.
Hi, John.
You described to us the other day was David Yost. He's a guy that you don't really like to step on his toes too much. How involved was he with these offensive recruits he brought, and how did these guys really just fit into his whole plan offensively?
Yeah, I said I didn't want to step on his toes in terms of coaching a quarterback because of the respect that I have for David and Coach Yost and how he coaches a quarterback. We see it eye to eye. I will coach the quarterback. That's the coach. That's the the position I've coached, I'm not going to step over him. That's what I meant by that comment, and because it's full respect, and he is absolutely the quarterback coach here. He had a huge hand in recruiting every one of these offensive guys. He certainly started it out and was in a couple homes early, and then went back to Utah State and game planned and called the plays in the bowl game, and you guys saw what that offense did, and that was just a reflection of what we'd done all year on offense. And so I'm very, very proud of those players at Utah State and the offense and the job that they did. And so that was the right thing to do with sending him back for whatever is a week and a half. But he was on the phone with these guys, and the guy drove 5 hours from Albuquerque right when the game was over, pulled in here late Saturday night, met with every recruit on offense on Saturday morning. So he is absolutely 100% all in and did a great job of helping us finalize these guys, and there's some more offensive guys to come in January.
Coach Ryan King with the ABC here in town. For a lot of people, it's been an adjustment these last couple of years for the early signing period and everything, and it comes over your time just the season's ending. People are getting ready for bowl games and everything, but you specifically taking a new job, how has this process been with just doing so much with getting to know the community, getting to know the players, and going through the early signing process?
Yeah, you can't do all of them equal, and so the best thing that we could do was, number one, get around our players first before they took finals and left, and that was absolutely the priority. Then the next was getting around the high school coaches and the commitments, and certainly there's time for the community. I'm going to be in the community a lot, be visible, be seen, shaking hands and being out, and I think drumming up support, and the fans and the alumni that come to your games. I mean, that's they're going to breathe life into the stadium, breathe energy. It's not just the team; it's everybody. This has got to be a we, us, and our program, and it's all got to be our team. It's West Texas's team. It's Lubbock's team, and it takes every one of us. It's not just me or the players; it's everybody. And so I think it all matters. And we're gonna give a tremendous amount of energy and passion into doing everything as best we can. But the priority the last 2 weeks has been recruiting. Now the priority is going to be evaluating right where we're at. We got to hire a few more staff guys on and off the field, and then we will hit the ground running as soon as our convention's over for 3 weeks to sign the rest of the class, and certainly add some more to this class in January.
Coach, Chuck Hines from Double T 97.3.
Hey, Chuck.
Sorry I was late.
No.
Could you speak to what you're looking for after today in terms of filling out your recruiting class?
Are you talking? Expand on that.
Maybe a position group.
Yeah.
Or type of player that you're
Sure.
looking for?
Yeah. What we're gonna need in January is we need some DBs. We need some DBs that are gonna be able to come in and compete right now. Some young DBs to build depth in. I'm talking about our spur, our outside backer, drop down safety, some high safety, some corners. We're going to probably sign a couple running backs, I would assume, maybe for sure at least one, but maybe two, and then another receiver or two. That's kind of what we're looking at.
Would you entertain grad transfers, or do you have a philosophy on that?
My philosophy on a grad transfer is, does he fit Lubbock? Does he fit in our program? Okay, is he going to be the kind of guy that we want? And then number 3, can he compete for a starting job ASAP? Now, I'm not going to hand anybody one. I have had really good success with grad transfers the last 6 years, and I think I've had 4. One of them was actually had 2 years eligibility. All 4 of them came in and started, contributed. I think 2 of them were all Mountain West. And so I think that you've got to find the spot on your team, offense or defense, where you're like, that's where I need an immediate starter. Obviously, the kid's going to have to want to come here and all that stuff, but without a doubt, we will entertain any and all grad transfers. I don't think we'll have that many ultimately, but we're going to entertain every one of them. But there's going to be certain positions we're not going to look for a grad transfer in. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Coach Brandon Solis, Red Raiders Sports Talk.
Hi, Brandon.
Going back to the staff, do you have a timetable when you kind of want to finalize that?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Do you plan on adding a special teams coordinator?
Yep. We'll hire a special teams coordinator, a D-line coach, and either a DB or linebacker coach. We'll see what the combination is. Hopefully we'll have them in here in the next month. And if I need to wait through January, I'll wait through January, but certainly like to do it sooner than later.
Coach Pete Christie from Channel 11. You mentioned Maverick recommitting. There are a couple others.
Mhm.
Can you just talk about what that says about them seeing your vision and their love of Texas Tech?
Well, I think the first thing they do is they love Texas Tech. And you listen to them, why do you love Texas Tech? Tell us what you like about it. I'm going to tell you what, the two things that continue to come up is the people. And when I say the people, it's the fans and the people, but it's also Texas Tech support people and what they feel like when they come on this campus. And the second thing is the atmosphere in Jones Stadium. The facilities here, that's another thing that I heard pop up quite a bit. And so those are the things. I've always wanted to be a Red Raider. I heard that quite a bit. And then, like you mentioned, I think it's important for them to see and hear and feel your passion and feel your energy, but what's your plan for the program? And be able to present, this is what we do and this is how we do it. And so you explain the what we do, and that's schematic, and some kids wanted to get in that real specific, Maverick being included like you mentioned, but then the how you do it is what they got to know, how we're going to, the core values, our plan to win, how we're going to invest in their off-the-field player-led leadership, player accountability, the things that we're going to be and that we want in the culture of this program. And so those are guys, I think they just have to feel you, and they have to see inside your heart, and you've got to do a good job of painting a picture of what it's going to be like. And we certainly want guys that want to be here, because I think that that's one of the most important things is the more guys want to be here and they have an investment, because when the days come that there's a little adversity, it's a little hard, they're going to be able to pull themselves out a little easier. They didn't make the decision for somebody else. They made the decision for them.
Who among these guys plans to be here in January? The guys that you signed?
I think we have the asterisks by the January enrollees. Oh, my bad. Oh, Simon Gonzalez and Trevor Roberson. Okay, I apologize.
Can you elaborate also on the speaking engagement that you had in front of Texas high school coaches? How big a group was that you spoke with?
With the THSCA, I think there were probably about 30 in that room, the board down in San Angelo. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes maybe. Coach Martin, Coach Rutledge, Coach West invited me to go down, and when those guys invite you, Don, you clear your schedule. And I moved some recruiting appointments back, and we juggled it, and my brother Luke fixed it and got it right, and we got into San Angelo. It's just good to see a lot of those guys again. I've known a bunch of them. There's some new ones I've gotten to meet. There's more that I need to meet. But you just get to share your vision for Texas Tech a little bit, and then the second thing is to let them know how much I respect high school coaches in the state of Texas, the job that they do. I'm telling you what, guys, one of the things, and I shared this with them, that I have heard in many recruiting meetings, not just at Utah State, but at other places that I've been, you sit in there and you're recruiting a kid from Texas, and you hear the term, Coach, is he maxed out? And that is not a negative thing. That is a tremendous compliment to Texas high school coaches and the programs down here, because coaches, they realize the amount of time and effort and energy that are put into those kids. Strength program, weight training program, study hall, accountability, the toughness, the same system all the way through, the passion. Friday night in Texas, state championship weekend coming up for these teams, all that kind of stuff. And so college coaches are curious, is that kid reached his full potential? And that is, to me, the ultimate compliment when a coach says that about a kid or a program. Oh, he's from that program? Is he maxed out, or has he still got more in him? And that's, to me, I wanted them to hear me say that, because I think that is absolutely a positive thing.
Coach, do you like the early signing period?
I'll like it better next year. You want to know? You answer that question kind of with your Texas Tech hat on a little bit. Right now, just with this change, it was very difficult. I think we I think we're sitting in a good spot. We kept a lot of guys recommitted. We kind of got them recommitted. We got a couple new ones. We've got some that are committed that are going to sign that we already know about right now that we just can't talk about. And then we're going to go get some new ones in January. And so, yeah, I like it. I think it's good for college football. I'm not sure this Wednesday is maybe the best. I know we're going to look at it. It just comes up as difficult in a coaching change. Because if you move it up, you're still going to have an asterisk in there if there's a coaching change. So, yeah, I'm not sure where it needs to sit. But
Do you think it, in a good way, tempers the fervor of National Signing Day? In that it's just had exploded to such a high level the first Wednesday in February, and maybe now it's tempered a little bit because it's right before Christmas. And
good question. I don't know. But today is going to be the signing day. Most of the guys are going to sign today. Maybe not for us this year, but I think, I know last year, I was thinking last year at Utah State, I think we only had 4 left after this. Now I've got more than that left. I'm not sure.
Time for one more.
Man.
Can you, at the introductory press conference, you talked about high school coaches, but I believe at your introductory press conference, you also a couple of times referred to putting a priority on knowing Texas junior college coaches as well. To what extent will that be a component of your recruiting?
The junior college? Yeah, I think the junior college will, I think, again, it's going to be maybe that same type of category. Where do you feel like you need an immediate impact player that's maybe a little older and played a little bit longer? So that's the grad school transfer market or in junior college. I love to sign 3-for-3s. I love to sign 4-for-3 high school qualifiers that are at a junior college. That way they're in their program a little bit longer. There's more investment from us into them in terms of like strength and conditioning, nutrition, those kind of things. But I think it depends. I think you do it to fill depth. When you got some holes, maybe there's been some attrition in a certain position. You need an older player. I think it's you'll see us sign some junior college guys. Some will be 2-for-2, some will be 3-for-3s. But I think the vast majority of it will be high school players.